The rain pounded the streets of Chicago like a relentless accusation as Alex Thompson, just 18, stood frozen on his family's doorstep, backpack slung over one shoulder. His father's words echoed in his head. "No son of mine is going to live like that. Get out and don't come back." It was the moment his world shattered, all because he'd mustered the courage to come out as gay, only to be met with disgust and eviction in the heart of a conservative suburb where acceptance was as rare as a quiet night. Alex wandered the slick sidewalks for hours, his phone dead and his wallet holding just $20 from his part-time job at the local diner. By dawn, he found himself huddled under a bridge in the city's underbelly, where the homeless gathered like forgotten shadows. There, amid the chill and the distant hum of traffic, he met Jamie Reyes, a 20-year-old with sharp features and a guarded smile, who offered him a spare blanket and a story of his own. Kicked out 2 years earlier for the same unforgivable sin. Their eyes locked in that dim light, and for the first time, Alex felt a spark of connection that wasn't laced with fear. As days blurred into weeks, Alex and Jamie forged a fragile alliance in the unforgiving world of street survival. They scavenged for food in dumpsters behind upscale restaurants, where the scent of discarded gourmet meals mocked their hunger. Alex, once a straight-A student dreaming of college, now begged for change on Michigan Avenue, his sign reading, "Anything helps. God bless." Jamie, with his street smarts honed from foster care hops, taught him the ropes, which shelters were safe, which alleys to avoid, and how to spot the predators who preyed on vulnerability. But beneath the grit, something deeper bloomed. Late nights whispering under shared tarps turned into confessions. Alex sharing his love for classic literature, Jamie revealing his hidden talent for sketching urban scenes on scraps of cardboard. One evening, as thunder rolled overhead, Jamie leaned in, their lips brushing in a tentative kiss that tasted of desperation and hope. It was their first real act of defiance against a society that had cast them aside. Yet the streets were no fairy tale. Conflicts arose swiftly and brutally. A group of rowdy teens once cornered them in an alley, hurling slurs like faggots and freaks, forcing Alex and Jamie to run for their lives, hearts pounding with terror. At the shelter, religious volunteers preached redemption through change, implying their love was a curable affliction, sparking heated arguments that left Alex questioning if visibility was worth the violence. Jamie, more cynical, urged caution. "We can't fight the world head-on, Alex. Sometimes you hide to survive." This philosophy clashed with Alex's idealistic fire, creating their first rift. Alex wanted to attend Pride events, even if it meant risking arrest or assault, while Jamie preferred invisibility. Society's prejudices seeped into their bond, testing it with every judgmental stare from passersby or denied job application because of their unkempt appearance. Amid the chaos, Alex clung to a sliver of ambition. He spent afternoons at the public library, using free computers to learn coding basics, inspired by stories of tech moguls who rose from nothing. Jamie supported him, trading sketches for small cash to buy Alex a used laptop from a pawn shop. Their relationship deepened through these acts of quiet sacrifice, but external pressures mounted. One winter night, a brutal cold snap hit, and they nearly froze in an abandoned warehouse. Alex caught pneumonia, landing in a free clinic where a kind doctor slipped him antibiotics and a pamphlet for LGBTQ+ youth services. It was a turning point. Alex realized survival wasn't enough. He needed to thrive, not just for himself, but for Jamie, who dreamed of art school but buried it under layers of realism. As spring thawed the city, Alex landed his first gig. Freelance coding for a small startup, working remotely from library terminals. The pay was meager, but it meant hot meals and a cheap motel room on good weeks. Jamie took odd jobs as a barista, his charisma winning over customers despite the tattoos peeking from his sleeves. Their love story evolved from survival to tentative stability, marked by stolen moments in parks where they held hands without fear. But societal shadows lingered. Alex's family, through a mutual friend, learned of his whereabouts and sent a letter. "Come home if you've changed." The words ignited fury in Alex, but doubt in Jamie, who wondered if reconciliation was possible. "Family's blood," Jamie said softly one night. Alex shook his head. blood doesn't mean acceptance. This debate highlighted their differing views on forgiveness, adding emotional layers to their bond. Success crept in slowly. Alex's coding skills sharpened, leading to a contract with a mid-sized tech firm. He rented a tiny apartment in Wrigleyville, where Jamie moved in, turning it into a haven with his artwork on the walls. Yet, as Alex climbed the corporate ladder, he faced new discriminations. Subtle office whispers about his lifestyle, passed over promotions because he didn't fit the family man mold. To cope, Alex began downplaying his sexuality at work, introducing Jamie as a roommate during company events. Jamie noticed and confronted him. "Are you ashamed of us?" The argument escalated, revealing cracks. Alex argued it was strategy, Jamie called it betrayal. This internal conflict mirrored broader societal debates. Assimilation versus authenticity in a world still hostile to queer identities. By year 5, Alex had co-founded a startup, an app connecting LGBTQ+ individuals with safe housing and jobs. It gained traction, attracting investors who praised its inclusive mission. Jamie, now pursuing community college for graphic design, designed the logo, their partnership blending personal and professional. But fame brought scrutiny. A local news feature on Alex's rags to riches story omitted his sexuality, focusing on his homelessness. When pressed in interviews, Alex deflected, saying, "My past is about resilience, not labels." Jamie grew distant, feeling erased. Their relationship strained under the weight of unspoken truths, as Alex's ambition pulled him toward a polished image that left little room for their raw history. The ascent accelerated. Alex's app, Safe Haven, exploded after a viral endorsement from a celebrity ally, drawing venture capital and national attention. He hired a team, moved to a sleek loft in downtown Chicago, and for the first time, felt the thrill of power. Jamie, thriving as a freelance designer, contributed behind the scenes, but resentment simmered. "You're building this for people like us, but you act like we're a secret," Jamie accused during a heated dinner. Alex defended himself. "If I come out fully, investors might bail. It's for the greater good." This rationale sparked endless debates, echoing societal tensions. Does success in a biased system require compromise, or is it complicity? External conflicts intensified. Conservative groups protested Safe Haven, calling it promoting deviance, and lobbying to defund similar initiatives. Alex faced death threats online, forcing him to hire security. One night, vandals smashed their loft's windows with bricks etched with slurs, shattering their sense of safety. Jamie, shaken, suggested moving to a more progressive city like San Francisco, but Alex resisted. Running isn't winning. Their arguments grew fiercer, exposing vulnerabilities. Jamie's fear of abandonment, Alex's drive bordering on obsession. Yet, in quieter moments, their love rekindled, like when Jamie sketched Alex's portrait, capturing the fire in his eyes. As Safe Haven went public, Alex's net worth soared into the millions. He graced tech conferences, rubbing shoulders with industry titans. But the facade cracked when a former homeless acquaintance leaked old photos of Alex and Jamie kissing under that fateful bridge. Tabloids pounced. Tech mogul's hidden gay past? Alex's PR team spun it as youthful experimentation, a lie that gutted Jamie. "You denied us," Jamie whispered, packing a bag. The breakup was raw, filled with tears and accusations. Alex begged him to stay, but Jamie left, saying, "I can't be your secret anymore." Alone in his luxury loft, Alex grappled with the cost of his choices, questioning if ambition had eclipsed authenticity. Reeling from the loss, Alex threw himself into work, expanding Safe Haven globally. He donated to LGBTQ+ causes anonymously, assuaging guilt. Society's evolving attitudes offered glimmers. Marriage equality passed, pride parades grew, but personal regrets lingered. At a gala, Alex met Ethan, a charismatic lawyer advocating for queer rights, whose openness contrasted Jamie's quiet strength. They dated casually, but Alex held back, haunted by past mistakes. Ethan's activism challenged him. "Hiding helps no one. Be the change." This new relationship forced Alex to confront his internalized shame, born from that rainy eviction night. Meanwhile, Jamie rebuilt in New York, his designs featured in galleries. They crossed paths at a conference, the encounter electric with unresolved tension. "You've changed," Jamie said, eyes searching. Alex admitted, "For the worse, maybe." The conversation unearthed buried emotions, sparking a tentative reconciliation. But as Alex's star rose, a bigger storm brewed. Investors discovered discrepancies in his backstory. He'd exaggerated his homelessness duration to garner sympathy, claiming years on the streets when it was months, amplified for motivational speeches. Whispers of fraud circulated, threatening his empire. The scandal erupted when a rival exposed emails showing Alex instructing his team to embellish the origin story for impact. Media dubbed it the Forbes faker. As Alex prepared for his cover feature, he downplayed it. Everyone polishes their narrative. But the lie's core was deeper. He'd hidden not just his sexuality, but how Jamie's support was the true foundation of Safe Haven, crediting only his solo grit. "Jamie, heard anew, went public. He built it on our story, then erased me." The betrayal ignited online debates. Is embellishment acceptable in inspiration tales, or does it undermine authenticity? Alex's world teetered. Board members demanded transparency, users boycotted. In therapy, he unpacked his fears. Rooted in that family rejection, he'd learned to mold himself for acceptance. Ethan urged honesty. Own your truth, or lose everything. As the Forbes interview loomed, Alex faced a crossroads. Confess or double down. He chose vulnerability, rewriting his speech to credit Jamie and embrace his identity fully. The article, From Streets to Suites, a gay entrepreneur's unfiltered journey, hit stands, but the damage was done. Sales dipped, yet support from the queer community surged. Reconnecting with Jamie, Alex apologized. "I hid because I was scared, but it cost us." Jamie forgave, but boundaries remained. Their bond shifted to friendship, a poignant reminder of love's complexities. Society's mirror reflected back. Progress existed, but prejudices persisted, forcing tough choices. With the scandal simmering, Alex pivoted Safe Haven toward greater transparency, launching features for user stories unfiltered. It rebuilt trust, propelling the company to unicorn status. Forbes cover secured. The headline read "Resilient Rise," but Alex insisted on including his flaws. The photo shoot captured him in a tailored suit against Chicago's skyline, a far cry from bridge huddles. Yet, imposter syndrome gnawed. Was success earned or built on half-truths? Ethan became a steady presence, their relationship public from the start. At Pride events, they marched hand in hand, drawing cheers and jeers. One protester shouted, "Traitor to your roots," highlighting divisions within the community. Some viewed Alex's corporate path as selling out, others as empowerment. Ethan, with his legal battles against discrimination, grounded Alex. "We're fighting the same war, different fronts." Their debates enriched their bond, but Ethan's unyielding activism clashed with Alex's pragmatic deals, like partnering with conservative firms for broader reach. Family ties resurfaced. Alex's sister, Sarah, reached out after the Forbes buzz, apologizing for silence. "Dad's stubborn, but Mom misses you." A tense reunion in the suburbs unearthed old wounds. His father, aged and frail, muttered, "Times change." But no full apology came. Alex left conflicted. Forgiveness felt like victory, yet incomplete. This mirrored societal shifts, acceptance growing, but generational gaps lingering. Jamie's success paralleled. His art exhibit Street Whispers, drawing crowds, featuring pieces inspired by their shared past. Alex attended anonymously, heart aching at canvases depicting their kiss under rain. They met afterward, sharing coffee. "I'm proud of you," Alex said. Jamie smiled. "Ditto. But don't forget where we started." The encounter stirred nostalgia, questioning if love could reignite or if growth meant moving on. As Alex's influence grew, he tackled bigger issues. Testifying before Congress on LGBTQ+ homelessness, he shared his story raw. "I was kicked out at 18, left to survive because of who I love. The testimony went viral, inspiring legislation but attracting backlash from anti-gay lobbies. Death threats escalated, forcing bodyguards. Ethan worried, "Is the fight worth your life?" Alex replied, "Hiding wasn't." This conviction strengthened their relationship, but tested limits. Ethan's fear of loss versus Alex's drive for change. A shocking twist emerged. An anonymous tip revealed Alex's father had donated to anti-gay organizations post-eviction. Confronted, his father admitted, "I thought it would fix you." The betrayal deepened Alex's resolve, but sparked internal turmoil. Blood ties versus moral boundaries. Society debated online. Can family be redeemed or severed? Safe Haven faced a cyber attack. Data breached by hackers claiming moral cleansing. Users' privacy compromised. Lawsuits mounted. Alex suspected rivals, but evidence pointed to extremist groups. In crisis mode, he rallied his team, but doubt crept. Had his visibility invited this? Ethan supported, "They attack because you're winning." The ordeal bonded them, but highlighted risks of queer leadership in a divided America. Recovery brought innovation. Alex integrated AI for safer matching, earning accolades. At a TED Talk, he confessed his lie. "I hid my partner, my truth, for success." But lies erode the soul. The audience applauded, but critics called it performative. Jamie texted, "Brave, but late." The mixed response fueled self-reflection. Authenticity's price in a judgmental world. As the decade mark approached, Alex reflected on his journey. From homeless teen to mogul, the path was paved with choices. Hide or reveal, forgive or forget. Ethan proposed during a quiet dinner. "Marry me fully out." Alex accepted, tears flowing. The engagement announced. It symbolized hope amid ongoing struggles. Wedding plans intertwined with professional highs. Safe Haven's IPO made headlines, Alex's fortune ballooning. But the Forbes cover loomed as the pinnacle, a validation of his rise. Preparations included interviews delving into his past, forcing relived traumas. The shocking lie, the editor teased, referring to his embellished story. Alex clarified, "It was fear disguised as strategy." The piece promised depth, but Alex worried exploitation. Societal conflicts peaked. A Supreme Court case on LGBTQ+ rights divided the nation, with Alex funding amicus briefs. Protests outside his office turned violent, police clashing with activists. Ethan, arrested briefly for civil disobedience, returned bruised. This is the fight. Alex admired his fire, but feared escalation. Their relationship strained. Ethan's radicalism versus Alex's influence through wealth. "Money changes laws," Alex argued. Ethan countered, "Hearts first." Jamie's re-entry complicated matters. Invited to the wedding, he arrived with a new partner, Marcus, a teacher advocating for queer youth. Seeing Jamie happy stung Alex, unearthing jealousy. Over drinks, Jamie confessed, "I never stopped caring." The admission sparked tension, old flames versus new commitments. Ethan noticed, leading to a confrontation. "Sort your feelings," Alex reassured. "You're my future." But the encounter highlighted love's fluidity, a controversial notion in monogamous norms. The lie's full reveal came via a whistleblower. Alex had anonymously funded his family's church, hoping to sway their views subtly. Exposed, it ignited fury. Queer activists accused sellout, conservatives mocked hypocrisy. "Trying to buy acceptance?" Headlines screamed. Alex defended, "Change starts somewhere." The debate raged. Is quiet influence betrayal or pragmatism? Amid turmoil, the wedding proceeded in a lakeside venue, attended by allies and skeptics. Vows exchanged. Alex promised Ethan, "No more hiding." Jamie toasted, "To truths told." But paparazzi crashed, turning intimacy public. Post-honeymoon, Alex returned to a boardroom revolt. Investors demanded his resignation over scandals. He fought back, leveraging support from users whose lives Safe Haven changed. A pivotal moment. Alex's father showed at headquarters, hat in hand. "I was wrong," he admitted tearfully. Reconciliation tentative, it offered closure but sparked backlash. Forgiving bigots enables them? Alex pondered, sharing in a blog. Forgiveness is personal, not permission. As Forbes hit shelves, the cover showed Alex confident, caption, "The man who built an empire on empathy and errors." The article detailed his journey, lie included, humanizing him. Sales soared, but personal costs mounted. Ethan suggested therapy. "We've won battles, but the war wears." Alex agreed, prioritizing balance. Yet, a final twist. Evidence surfaced that Alex's initial investor was a closeted gay man who'd faced similar rejection, mentoring him secretly. The shocking lie was mutual. They'd agreed to hide the connection to protect the investor's family. Revealed, it reframed Alex's narrative. Not solo hero, but collaborative survivor. Society split. Does interdependence diminish achievement? With the truth out, Alex stepped back from CEO duties, appointing a diverse board. Safe Haven thrived, impacting millions. He and Ethan traveled, advocating globally, their marriage a beacon. Jamie remained a friend, his art collaborating with the app for awareness campaigns. Family bonds mended slowly. Holidays included awkward but genuine efforts. Reflecting on the decade, Alex wrote a memoir, Unhoused Hearts, detailing emotional tolls. It became a bestseller, sparking discussions on queer resilience. But controversies lingered. Critics argued his wealth insulated him from ongoing struggles, while supporters hailed his visibility. In quiet moments, Alex wondered about paths not taken. If he'd stayed hidden or fought differently. Ethan's love anchored him. We're proof change happens. Yet, society's progress felt uneven. Hate crimes rose, laws fluctuated. The journey culminated in a TEDx talk, where Alex posed, "My lie helped me succeed, but at what cost?" He left the audience with a question echoing his life's debates. Is it ever right to conceal your true identity to achieve success in a world that punishes authenticity?